Kevin, just tell us a little about what it's like tonight to come back to Fort Wayne and be a part of this and be celebrated in the way that you are here at Parkview Field.
Yeah, it feels amazing. This is I've had this on the calendar for months now, and I knew the Tin Caps were going to do this for me. And then when it was presented to me, I was very excited. But today's been a very nostalgic day for me in Fort Wayne. I've hit the high school, my grade schools, the little leagues, everything. Been here since about 9:30 this morning, but it's amazing. Just kind of honoring me for my career, and born and raised here in Fort Wayne. Always feels good to come back, and for the hometown team to do this for me, I'm very honored and very thankful.
I know you saw a lot of nights here just a little while ago. So what was the message, and what are some of the things you try to relay to people that were in your shoes 15, 20 years ago?
Yeah, I talked about plenty of things, but I was just trying to tell them, just looking like a bunch of young me's out there, 17, 18-year-old guys, where I said, hey, just develop a mindset. Like for me, and my life took off when I created this mindset, and I just wanted to see how good I become at baseball, and whether these guys want to become good at baseball or be the best doctors or lawyers, whatever. I said, just start channeling these things and start practicing these good habits and developing these things right now. Things that I feel like I needed to hear when I was 18. But it was great, and just trying to give back, and Lures treated me great back in the day. So for me to give back to the team now and just kind of chat it up with them for a little bit was awesome.
You've had a few bobbleheads before. What's the likeness on this one? Like, is it a good-looking bobblehead, man?
It's a good-looking bobblehead. It's got the Lures got the pinstripes on it. Got 39 on there, making a nice catch. So it's only fitting. Defense was my thing. So. I was very pleased when I saw it, and I'll be happy to get it in my hands, and so will my kids.
You watch a lot of baseball now. I know that obviously, Layla was born this past winter, so you became a father for the third time. That probably doesn't allow a lot of time, but what are you up to right now? I know you're doing some work with the Blue Jays. Tell us about that, and how do you stay around the game?
Yeah, well, first, I still do watch a lot of baseball. I love it. I didn't think I was, but I still do. I love it so much, and I like seeing all the guys I played against still go out there and do it. And for me with the Blue Jays, this is my first year post-playing career, and I needed something to ease me into retirement. So I've been an outfield specialist for the Blue Jays organization, and it's been awesome. I just kind of float around and make my own schedule and get to go help with our minor league teams and with the major league team as well. So it's been awesome. Outfield defense is what I know best, and I feel like I have to teach, and I have to teach the young kids what I learned and applied over throughout my career. So it's been awesome, and it makes me still feel a part of the game, which is the main thing.
How long has it been since you've been to a Tin Caps game? Has it been quite a bit? Or?
2009, I believe. Okay. And I remember that was before I got drafted, and I was like, man, I want to play here. I feel like I can play with these guys, and but it feels amazing being back.
So that was the first year that the stadium got built,
yes,
right? Yeah.
Yes.
So are you surprised that it still looks just as good?
No, it looks amazing, and every time I tell people, I'm from Fort Wayne where the Tin Caps are, and people always rave about how beautiful this field is and how it should be a AAA field, and that's just respect and kudos to the grounds crew and everyone here in the city of Fort Wayne for making it, upkeeping it, and making it beautiful. These kids at this level are very spoiled. It's not every field looks like that, I promise you that, but Fort Wayne, then the Tin Caps and the Padres, they knocked it out of the park here.
Kevin, you talked about the message you sent to the 17 and 18-year-olds. What about the guys that are out here right now?
Yeah.
What kind of message would you give them? Would it be the same?
This pretty much the same thing, and I was telling those guys, if you look at this field, probably 3 to 7% of those guys are going to make it to the major leagues and have a career, and it's hard. It's hard to make it. It's hard to stay. But only the strong survive, and yeah, I would tell them everything they already know, but from what I learned throughout my career, the guys who are the strongest mentally are the guys who play the longest and who are usually the most successful. So there's a certain recipe for success that major leaguers have, and it doesn't come by surprise, and a lot of those guys could apply a lot out there, but that's the beautiful thing about the minor leagues. It's all about learning, and it's a process.
When you reflect back on your career, I know it's only been, 9 months since you hung it up, but getting to go out as a World Series champion, that had to be awesome. But also, what do you look back on your career and are you most proud of?
I'm proud of how I feel like I've stayed the same kid from Fort Wayne, and I had a coach early on, Skeeter Barnes, say, hey, don't let the game change you, change the game. And that stuck with me from the get-go, and I always tried applying that. And, baseball will supply you with a life that I've never really imagined, but I'm so blessed and thankful to have it and be retired at age 35 and kind of get to do what I want for the rest of forever. But I knew if I applied myself and worked my butt off that all this could be possible one day. But here I am with retirement and happy as can be.
Final Four's in Indianapolis this year. Is this a year for the Boilers?
My Boilers, wow, I haven't thought about Purdue basketball in a while. I am very excited. I'm very excited. Braden Smith, Fletcher, TKR should be awesome. But I'm always tuning in what they do there in Mackey every year, and they always have me on my toes. I guarantee that. I don't know what they're going to do, but they'll have me living and dying through every game like always.
What are your thoughts on just Northeast Indiana baseball as a whole right now? You've got McKinstry just named an All-Star.
Yeah.
Van Meter's back in town too. Zolfrank back in the big leagues. You're kind of part of that first wave now.
Yeah.
What have you seen?
Yeah, I love it. Growing up here and telling everyone I'm from Fort Wayne throughout, so many people in baseball world, where are you from? Fort Wayne, and not a lot of people know about here. I say, hey, don't sleep on Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne's got some athletes, and I feel like when I was coming up, it was a lot more football and basketball. And for me, I said, I got a chance to maybe put Fort Wayne on the map a little bit and get some coverage here or there. And thankfully, was fortunate enough to play 15 years and takes me back to my roots growing up here and being back here now. So thankful. But for everyone out there, hey, Northeast Indiana's got some athletes and now a really good crop of baseball players coming up. So it's, everyone looks at Indiana as a basketball state, rightfully so, but there's some good ball players around here as well.
How different does it feel being around a ballpark in the capacity you're at now as opposed to your playing career?
It's nice to see it from a different lens. I get to still be around the game and teach it and preach it to the young guys, but I don't have to get ready for the games. And my body the last few years, that was the hardest thing. So you learn so much throughout your career, and like I said, I just feel like I have to apply it for the next group of players coming up, and I learned so many good things that I feel like I've created and developed, especially with like outfield defense stuff, where I'm like, hey, I want people to see what they can do if they think like me or practice and train and prepare the way I did, and see if someone else can do it, because it gave me a life that I could never imagine. But here I am today, thankful, and I feel like I got a lot more things figured out after 15 years of pro ball, and just sharing stories and like I said, just helping players whatever way is needed is so fun. I always enjoyed doing that as a player, but now it's my job to do that. Outfield specialist / mentor / lighting a fire under these guys.
What have you learned about that role of being a mentor and, obviously working with the Blue Jays organization, working with, kids all over the country? What have you learned about that sort of since you've retired?
Yeah, the main thing is, when you're in your playing career, like I get to develop my mindset and how I want to attack the day, and you try to preach how important these things are to guys, and when you don't see them doing it or fully applying, it's like, man, how you're in such a great opportunity. How would you go about your business this way, type of thing. But it's just about learning and working with players from, like I said, this different lens, this different viewpoint that I'm at a coaching level, where you want these guys to want it as bad as what I did, but yeah, that's what I try to do. But I'm a high energy ADHD type of guy, so this is how when I thrive and when I'm at my best, and I just try to be crazy and let people know, hey, if you want to be good in this game, you gotta be a little crazy. But it's been so fun having this role and just giving back, and I love being on the field with baseball pants on and spitting sunflower seeds. It's what I want to do forever, and help out the next group of outfielders for however many years to come.
I know you talked about wanting to continue to give back, but to be honored tonight with your jersey being retired, what does that mean to you to see that you're being recognized for your contributions already to Fort Wayne baseball? Yeah,
it's amazing. I'm proud to be from here. I'm proud to say I was born and raised in Fort Wayne, and this is kind of where the foundation of my future was laid, and come from a hardworking blue-collar Midwest family. So proud of that, and still try to incorporate the same values in my kid. But for the Tin Caps to do this and honor me, they didn't have to, and it's something that they said they were waiting for. And, you know, when I retired, they were going to honor me just after all I've accomplished over my career. And I think it's the coolest thing ever. I never imagined all these microphones and things in my face, but so many years of just working my butt off and doing things the right way allows me to do this. And I'm proud and I'm thankful to be a part of this community, and it feels good to be from Fort Wayne, and I'm so proud to be a Hoosier, even though I'm a Boilermaker.
Kevin, you're mentoring younger players now, but now that you retired, the generation or the torch has been passed. But when you were their age, who did you have as an idol? Who was your mentor?
Evan Longoria was the guy to kind of show me the ropes early in my career, and he always told me I reminded him of a young him, and he knew that I was probably going to have some success, and he took me under his wing from the get-go and said, hey, this is how things go on and off the field. If you want to have a long career and do this and that, then you got to do these things, so many different things. But and for him, he didn't have to do that, but it meant the world to me and was a moving thing for me. And I said, I hope I have the position to do this with a younger guy one day and make the impact the way Longoria did for me. And it's just people helping people. That's what makes the world go around. And baseball players and teammates, we always want to see our teammates do our best, and that's what I love about the game.
Do you feel like you could still go out there and play?
I could play defense. And throw and run a little bit, but the hitting stuff, my hips and my low back that ship has sailed. We're done. We'll try to drive myself crazy with the golf swing in a couple years, but we're letting the body recover still.
I was going to say, you came in 2009 saying you wanted to play here. There's no time like the present.
That's right. But I've done my time in the game, and now, like I said, I'm never putting cleats. Or not saying I will never put cleats on again, but I'm in just a coaching jersey or whatever, right where I need to be.
There's a lot of great pitchers. Do you have one in particular that stands out that was the toughest you faced?
Yeah, I got asked this earlier. I'm going to say Zach Britton 2016 or 2015. He had like a .57 ERA that year. It was a left-handed, like 99-mile-per-hour sinker. It made me look silly several times. He was the guy who I just felt like I didn't have much of a chance on, even though I did hit my first walk-off hit against him, 0-2 count, and I'm like, all right, swing and see what, infield chopper, bounced about 30 feet in the air. I was like, that was the luckiest at bat I've ever had. But there's hundreds of guys who are not fun to face over years, but that's the beauty of the game, and I love to compete, and that's what I miss the most, the adrenaline and just that compete. Once again, though, right where I need to be.